Hi guys, my name is Debbie and I'm an intuitive reader as well as a medium here. And I'm here to give you messages from beyond. Hopefully this does help and resonate. Let's get into it. All right. Show me a part of a movie scene. I'm trying to remember. Who was that? That was with Jim Carrey in it and Jennifer Aniston movie. And he was trying to be romantic with her. Oh, Almighty Bruce or Bruce Almighty. That's what it was. Sorry. But yeah, and they're showing me somebody who literally, I feel it's a boy, like a teenager. And that scene. So they're showing me like this boy, I feel 15. That is, obviously, this is restricted to over 18. So if this resonates, but definitely tell them about it. But yeah, so I feel like this boy is kind of doing he like throws something out like a hook of some sort and pulls the pretend rope or string or something, the moon back closer, to Earth here. So it's a closer thing. With that being said, okay, let's move along. I feel like he asks his father, I feel it's a father figure, to come back, okay? That he doesn't understand why he had to go. So yeah, so there's definitely looking at the moon, wanting to kind of have that fulfillment of part of that movie. That's interesting what they just showed me. Yeah, this is definitely a child. Okay. I hate to call 15 because when I was 15, I was no child. But yeah, or I pretended I wasn't. But yeah, so I just feel like he just adored his father. I feel like they were the dad was into sports, teaching him baseball because it must. They're showing me all these movie clips. That one is from Brendan Fraser, Alicia Silverstone. But yeah. Oh, I can't think of it. Yeah. Anyway, there's like explanation of how to play baseball. They did sports together. I feel a little bit of football with that and everything. This son lost his best friend, okay? And vice versa, all right? They were very, very close with each other here. I feel like the dad wants to say, there's a lot of growing involved. There's a lot of learning. He doesn't want this boy to stop learning. I feel like he knows that his son is smart, but I feel like he wants him to continue to apply himself with more and more, okay? Not get overloaded and have every sport under the sun here. But I do feel that he wants him to continue on, to be once a grown man here. I literally heard, which is not very long from now. But yeah, he wants him to be loving, clarify that. He's given his advice. All right. So this is just things that I'm picking up in regards to fatherly advice to his son. Don't drink. Okay. You got the Page of Cups looking at the Three of Cups here, and I clarified that with the Hangman. Now they make me zoom in on certain things. You see the hand is like, nope. And the Hangman is known for stagnation. Don't drink, don't ruin. This is him. I literally heard saying, don't ruin your life, okay, with that. Because it can get out of hand, and you start as young, I had a really, really best friend of mine. We're no more, no longer friends, but she was 15 and she used to, okay. Now what's wild is that her grandmother and her father were from Germany, literally. And over in Germany at that time, I'm sure it's changed now. This was back in 1984, I think, 3. And times were different. And in Germany, I think the drinking age was 16. So she would go and visit for like the entire summer, kind of thing. So she was used to partying, okay. But I just feel like release all that, don't lead, I hear you. But yeah, don't lead a purposely tough life, be good person here. But yeah, he's saying it again. So I'm going to kind of phrase it differently because he's kind of using a curse word here. But I don't feel like it's out of spite, that he's not mad or anything. That's just the way that he referred it to. Because if you do, it'll bite you in the beep. Okay, you can figure that out. Do the right thing. This is what he wishes, okay? Make me proud kind of energy. No pressure or anything. Still live your life here, okay? And don't give up on your dreams, even if it has some savings to do, like college, okay? I just heard 529, so that's a number I know well because I have kids and a college fund waiting for the last one at least, but I got the other 3 covered. They're done with theirs already, but yeah, just keep applying and live your dreams here. Work for a goal here. I'm watching Doc Hollywood right now with Michael J. Fox in it. Like before, I crochet a lot, or if I'm doing dishes, I'll bring my phone and just listen. My phone is like always attached to me and I'm always listening. But yeah, so there's some kind of reference to becoming a doctor. There's some kind of goal here. But yeah, you may need a loan, but do it. Okay, clarify that. I don't feel like the mom can support all those years of education, but I do feel that there was some kind of an account here, but yeah, and I do feel that this next one is for the wife. Make sure he's covered. He adored his son. I don't feel like they're siblings either. I feel like this is their only child here. The mom is going to struggle a little bit, but she's going to try to get him through this. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a struggle with the money, even with the money that was received with for education from him. Okay, so that's why I feel like there's a loan or, yeah, yeah. I feel like the mom is going to stay strong. Okay, so the mom is, I can't say one of those because that sounds terrible, but I'm one of those. Like I will literally, put on the tough face, but when when something dramatic like this, okay, definitely happens, yeah, she's hiding. They're showing me, well, it's a little TMI there, but showers. I used to cry my eyes out in the shower because I knew that I was going to be by myself. I would hide in places that I knew people weren't going to interfere with my emotions, So if I was out in the car by myself driving, even though that's not the most advisable thing because your eyes are getting cloudy from the tears while you're driving, that's not safe. But I still did it, but yeah, it gets overwhelming and it just spills out, But on the forefront, like in public, nothing's wrong, kind of thing. She holds that in. You hold that in here, but he knows. He knows. They're saying an expression, but I don't know if I should really technically say this here. That's why I paused. I hesitated. But my dad in the 70s, I think there was a commercial. I really shouldn't say it because I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, there was a commercial. I think it was for Bounty towels or whatever. But they use this expression, but it can be a little taken the wrong way. So, but yeah. But I'm not going to say it. It's not right. He still wants you to complete your goal here. He does talk to you. there's going to be some struggle, especially for the son I'm feeling, but work it through. A little bit of pressure I'm picking up, okay? Just wants him to be successful in life, but we used to, I think I've said this story before, like my dad, he was up in his years. He can't be lifting, shoveling rocks, in his, whatever age. But yeah, so, cause he had heart issues and, and my son who was like 16 years old or 15 even, he would call me up and like, he was strong. He was a wrestler. So he always worked out and everything. He was built, let me tell you, that kid. And he's like 6'5". Like that's huge. Cause I'm 5'6" and can't forget the half and a half, so I'm like, whose child are you? Whenever I look up at him, like, how you doing up there? Like, how are you, my son? But anyway, the kid was built and, he was sturdy individual. My dad would call and say, can I borrow the boy? I'll feed him. Always had that because Derek had such an appetite, because he was always on full steam ahead with everything in life. But yeah, working out was one of them. But yeah, so, what was the point? Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted there. But definitely, he liked to keep active. He wants the boy here to keep active here, okay? Yeah, he's not trying to put pressure. He just wants him to achieve. All right. I think we got our point. I feel like there's definitely a possible move, but I feel like there's this worry about it. Now, he's giving, I literally heard, stamp of approval. Yeah, that you should be okay. That this is for the wife/mother here, that this will be following through and you'll be much happier where you are. I do feel, though, that you're going to be in a smaller place, whether that be an apartment, if you're going to decide to rent or whatever, a condo or what have you, just a smaller place, okay? Because that's they're showing me my life here. It's not that I live in a mansion by any means, but we walked in this house with 6 people. And now we're down to basically, well, now it's 2. My daughter really doesn't live here anymore. She just stops by whenever she wants, and that's cool. But yeah, so I need a smaller place, but yeah, it's too much. Too much. So I feel like there is, with that being said, there is going to be some kind of reduced size here, I feel. I feel like I'm supposed to say, get a house that you want. But you'll know when to pick up the pace here with this change known as moving, okay? I feel like he is sociable. I feel this guy was a really hard worker as well. He knows that you think about him. This is for the mother here, okay? And how's he doing, when you worry about somebody and you just give that 15-minute phone call set aside, to just find out, hey, how you doing kind of thing. I feel like the mom here, the wife, needs to know if he's okay. And he is fine, okay? Definitely. I feel like there's going to be something kind of like I hate to say it, but a little bit of a panic. You have the 2 of Swords, the Tower, the Devil, but don't rush with making that decision. You know how it's kind of like if this is happening, I got to act fast. It's kind of like, back in this, they're showing me a lot of stories with this one. I apologize. Remember back in the, 70s? My mom was around, so it definitely has to be 70. She passed in 83. But yeah, so remember Kmart Blue Light Special? And I remember the stories my mom would tell, Yeah, because we were littler in school or whatever. There was like a massive amount of people by the blue light. She always used to say that. There's this rush. I obviously Kmart is discontinued in a lot of locations. I know they did here, but yeah. So I think there's just a few out there now. I'm not really sure, but regardless, there's going to be something that you have to rush to. Okay, but just make sure that you take your time with this. Okay, really think things through. Listen to your intuition. You might turn to him asking, well, what do I do? Looking for some answers here, okay? I feel like he's saying that to basically, again, confirming, listen to your heart, listen to your mind. Now, you could feel this gut feeling of the right decision, but really it narrows down to just you. He trusts your opinion. You trust you being able to do this here. So you can manage it. Just make sure that you don't like jump to it. Okay. But that's what I have for whomever this is meant for. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it as always. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.